ENT Media. Please subscribe.
Check the mic and make sure it's.
Hello guys, welcome back again to our channel. Guys, today we bring another update. Guys, I just want you guys to watch this video. I don't want to talk much here. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to talk a lot of things here, guys, but I just want you guys just watch this video carefully and share your thoughts at comment section. What you think on this video here? The ghost life, they spent much time here, guys, but I decided to brief it and bring this update for you guys to watch. Please drop your opinion, what you think on this video at comment section. Today's your first time, please share the red button, click the red button, subscribe, turn the bell icon, so anytime we upload the video you'll be first person to know. All right, and let's continue watching. I will see you on my next video. Have a wonderful day. Thanks.
When Michael Jackson did, I want to say the album was, well, we can say Invincible or Dangerous, but let's go with Invincible. And he thought it was going to be really, really big because he had all these big names behind it, and it didn't quite pan out how he wanted to. What do you think happens there?
I think that comes down to the taste level. I think it's like, I want you to be able to hear my backgrounds, so I make sure that I use a vocal producer that understands balance. I want you to be able to hear all the instruments, and I want everything to sort of sit right here. When you listen to it, it sounds
She got her
like
hands up against her face.
yeah,
right here.
in the
She wanted to be in the face, like
Angel Reese.
right.
I want you to be able to feel like you're sitting in the music, and so that's taste level. That's knowing what tools to use. It doesn't necessarily mean more or bigger. It just means, it's seasoned just right. And so, when I say you doing the best I can with the resources that I have right now, it's about making informed, intentional choices, right?
Right.
So because I walked in the room, I set the intention before I even walk in the room. The choices that I'm making, like there's a couple songs on here that are just like guitar and snap. It ain't no whole bunch of stuff on here. It's about the song.
Right.
And so I'm making those choices with confidence, knowing that we're gonna mix that guitar to where it sounds so crispy.
Right.
And that snap is gonna snap.
It's gonna snap.
You know what I'm saying? Some songs get strings and a whole violin section. I do have a couple songs that have bridges. It just depends on what the song is saying that it wants to be.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna like those songs.
Hey, she said she don't like bridges. I like what you do. She don't like bridges. She'll skip that part on the song. But yeah, no, I think people are going to be able to tell. There's gonna be a stark difference between a song that is like sacked and has vocals and transitions versus just like a one-line vocal. And I think that just comes from experience and the skill set of being a songwriter for so many years. I hear so many songs that could be really amazing that it just sounds like you got in the booth and did one take and that's it.
Can you listen to music without being a musician?
Absolutely.
You can?
Yeah, I'm a fan first. That's why I make music that if it doesn't make me laugh or like make me super excited, it's probably nothing special.
What's the ratchet song you like?
When I say, "Ooh, baby," although that lip gloss she just released,
man,
it's crazy.
I can't even announce the lip gloss on the radio.
It's crazy.
I like the names of the lip gloss is wild. Wow, I was like, can I at least say
it's
one
on
of
brand,
them?
though.
Can I say one of them? It is definitely on brand.
It's on brand.
Matter of fact, I wanted to buy some.
Girl.
For real. I did. No, I did. Number one, I want to support the Black sister. That's number one. Number two, I think it might be some good lipstick. Might be some good lip gloss. I mean, I don't know if I want.
You know what I'm saying? That's my business.
I don't know if I want her flavor nut on my lips.
I was gonna say, girl, I don't know.
I mean, but it could be peanuts. So,
Okay, Is there an artist that kind of keeps you on your toes? You said you're a fan first. Is there anybody that works to keep you like, okay, I need to get back in the studio and go harder? Is there anybody that keeps you?
Every now and then I hear a song that I wish that I wrote.
Okay.
For me, it was recently IDGAF T Grizzly, Mariah, and Chris. I listened to every night on tour. We was on tour for like 45 days. Every night I would try to make my way to the center of the arena because he has to take you down stage in the middle. Just for that part, like when he fly over and he's singing "Take You Down," "Wet the Bed," which those are my vocals at the end of that song from years back.
Okay.
And then he would do IDGF. And that was just that's my song. It's my favorite Chris Brown song right now.
Has being on tour have changed your process at all? Seeing how
Writing process or
just creating music, seeing how these songs work in these arena settings.
You definitely think about it because you want to be able to feel that space, the energy. And I went to a few shows while we were on tour. I won't say what shows because I don't want to be saying nothing. But you could tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell the difference between an artist who thinks about the live show when they're writing, and somebody who's like, when you get out there for the 20,000 people every night, and you can't get them to give you no energy, that's tough.
Absolutely.
That's a hard deal.
I only had one night that was like that. On tour. It was the first night in Atlanta. They was like, "Girl,
Atlanta did.
Where is Christopher?" They was like, "Security, get this garage."
Not security.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Chris Brown. You wrote for him. I'm assuming that maybe that's where the connection started when you started writing for him, or was it before then?
Years ago, I wrote on Fame, and I believe it was Fortune, Fame and Fortune. Don't Wake Me Up. That's me talking at the beginning, and we were, I also sang backgrounds on my last with him and Big Sean. I think every songwriter kind of has like that artist that helped them get in the door and that they had like a little flow with. And so for me, one of them for me was Chris, another one would be Mariah. But yeah, we did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but we want to know. We want to get all in the business. Like, how did you end up becoming partners with Mariah Carey and Chris Brown? How does that happen? Like, do you know how many singers want that connection with those people?
I mean, I'm sure a lot because I wanted it before I got it. I think it's just like, it
didn't just like happen somewhere. Like, what was the process? Like, did you meet him in the bathroom? Did you?
No, I think real recognize real. Like when you hear something good, you be like, "Who did that?" I'm trying to get that person. And I think I was just making really quality things for a very long time, to where I caught the attention of some really big heavy hitters.
So you're saying the music before you started writing, they got wind of?
No, like when I got out here and I was like, pounding the pavement, doing 5 sessions a day, 2 songs in every session. When I would write things, and like sometimes, man, quality over quantity. So I could have one song that is really good for the entire year. If you go look at my catalog, every year, maybe with the exception of like 2018, 2019, because that's when I quit to start focusing on my artistry. Every year I had one really good big song.
Right.
That's all it takes. Because you can, like, especially now, like, there's so much noise, right? When you hear something that is really good, it stands out like so much with so much contrast, because everything else is just kind of thrown out there. Like, let's just throw it at the wall.
So then I guess my real question is, like, when and how did you meet each of them?
I was introduced to Chris through a producer. I talked about him earlier, Jean-Baptiste.
Right. You don't just throw that name off like Jean-Baptiste is the shit.
Yeah,
like,
he wrote I Gotta Fill It with Black Eyed Peas. He wrote Yes to Times for Chris. Like, he's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's incredible. So he was like, listen, I got a session with Chris. Come to the studio in 20 minutes. Hurry up. I'm just gonna bring you in with me. You're not invited, but I am. So, bring a bottle of champagne. And I was like, oh, bet. Like, I got up out of bed and went to the studio like midnight. And then that was the night that I ended up. Chris is like a party every time. There was so many people there, a bunch of girls, all his friends, his crew. And he was like, I need some moaning at the end of this track. Who's gonna go do it? And everybody was scared.
Oh, I was surprised. Oh, that
That's
surprises
right.
me. Everybody was scared.
Nobody said nothing. I was
Shut
like,
up.
I do it. Me, come on.
What you do, Money? What you do?
I went in there. I was like, oh yeah. But no, it's iconic. It's iconic. Like everybody knows that part of that song. Yeah, that's me.
That is you. And how did the link with Mariah happen then?
Mariah, I worked with her a couple of times over the years. It was like a camp, and nobody expected her to actually show up. And then she showed up. She showed up to the camp. She had all these diamonds. I was like,
not at the camp.
This is Mariah. And she was so gracious.
So she's not the diva that people make her to be.
I think she returns energy. So if you are behaving in a certain way, she's an actress. She's gonna be like, oh God, oh, But she couldn't do that with me because I'm too real. I'd be like, girl, you is Mariah Carey, girl. Don't even do that. I'm like, when you was writing Honey, or she'll be like, I have a song called Heartbreaker. I don't know if you heard it. I'd be like, girl,
just stop it.
I know every word of all this, so I'm sure Mariah Carey, don't do that.
Oh, you heard it. Okay, Mariah.
But yeah, she's so cool, and so talented as a producer, songwriter, arranger, and the way her voice hits your ear, it's like a trumpet. Her vocal cords are blessed. I don't care. No Mariah Carey slander will be tolerated.
Not ever.
She don't even need a microphone. It's insane.
Yeah, I believe it.
She's probably one of the best experiences I've had in the music business, just because she teaches you.
What have you learned from her? One thing.
Stay away from bad lighting. Yeah,
wait, does she walk around with her lighting? Because Janet walks around with her lighting.
I don't know if she does now, but if it was just this, she would be like, no, this light on you need a key light. That's cute. Don't do this because it's gonna be shadows. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember one time being in a studio with her, and somebody tried to sneak and take a picture, and the flash went off. Oh. And me and her are talking. And as we're talking, so I'm gonna pretend like this camera. Okay. Me and her are talking, and the flash goes off, and she goes. I said, "Oh shit! No, she didn't. No, she didn't."
Turn around and pose for the camera.
You won't catch her off guard. You won't. And then, just being in certain rooms, just being aware of who's there. If there's a camera, not doing nothing crazy. Just whispering, talking behind, maintain when you're that famous, you have to find ways to maintain your humanity and your privacy. And I learned how to be gracious.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So since we're talking about legends, I want to talk about a legend by the name of Lola Falana. Mm-hmm. And I think it was BET, your BET performance. Do you think many people knew that you were paying homage?
I think a lot of people who are students knew, but no, I don't think. I mean, Lola's like a lost treasure. She's so talented. Dancer, singer, actress, designer.
I thought it was the perfect and probably the best performance at the award show. But I mean,
thank you.
I don't know how this comes across, but I was like, I wanted it to be, I don't know, at the Grammys or the Oscars. Like, that's how I felt about that performance. Because I felt like the tribute to Lola Falana was an amazing kiss. Mm-hmm. And then the way you handled it, I could tell that you literally had studied and appreciated her work from the whole fingertips thing that you did. I was like, oh, this is setting this off.
Yeah, I also worked with Frank Gaston, legendary, on that.
Whose idea was it?
Frank.
It was.
He showed me Lola. He was like, you remind me of her.
Yeah, you do.
And then we watched several of her performances, and we landed on that one because at that time I was 7 months pregnant, and I was trying to, keep that to myself. And I just didn't want everybody in my business. It's a high risk pregnancy, and just people are mean, and people are mean. I didn't want the extra added stress. So it just worked out where we're gonna cover your belly with these feathers.
And that dress covered your belly too, because I didn't know you was pregnant.
Yeah, well, I was also like a string bean. I was so
Right.
small. I didn't start showing until like 8 months. But yeah, it was like it just kind of like everything flow. Like I do everything with intention and flow. It's so easy. Um, when it's your time and it's meant to be, God is weaving the fabric. All you gotta do is just pay attention. The way that fell into place, and how like the feathers were available and the dress, like it just worked out. It just worked out.
Yeah, it worked out beautifully.
And it was a wonderful introduction to Money Long, the stage performer.
Yeah.
It really set the tone to where people now, like, whenever I get ready to do something, like,
Yeah, we
what you
expect
about to do?
Yeah, because my first thought was, well, what Money Long about to do? And then when you did that, I was like, oh, I already see I'm about to be a fan. This is crazy.
Yeah, and I'm so adamant about having quality. I don't just want to get up there and waste somebody's time that, even this last BET Awards, I was supposed to perform and I didn't, because I'm sitting there in the audience and I'm looking at everyone else's production value. And I'm just like, we didn't try hard enough, guys. I'm not getting up there. I'm not doing it. And they're like, no, but you have such a beautiful voice, And I'm like, yeah, but see, that's the thing. Just because I'm talented, you want me to work harder. You want me to stand here and do nothing.
Right.
And no, we want to give them a show. We want to give them something memorable. I need production value too.
I appreciate that.
I will not be getting up there because it's going to be around forever. And I'm going to cringe every time I see it.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not happening.
No, I still watch the BET performance. I still watch it. I watched it probably 3 times today just because you were coming. So I was like, you watch it? I saw that fella move right there. I saw that fella move last time. We got Money Long. We're going to come back and talk about Revenge. It's a new project, y'all.
So what are you doing over here?
What am I doing?
Yeah, because I see every time I say something, you pulling it up.
Yeah, but I was talking about the music and then just everything outside of what you're talking about. So the music that's playing, whatever you're talking about, you got a reference if you want to check it out.
But where is it going?
I started with the infrastructure plan and getting this country investment into our country.
Yeah, no, I was talking about how like
Is to work in the trades, working on electricity, carpentry.
ENT Media. Please subscribe.